Sandhan. All Gujarat Integrated Classroom.
સેટેલાઇટના માધ્યમથી જોડતી કડી એટલે સંધાન.
Hello everyone, I'm Dr. Rupal Shah, working as an assistant professor in statistics in Department of Statistics, the Maharaja Sayajirao University of Baroda. Today's topic is order statistics. The topics to be covered in today's discussion are introduction about order statistics, distribution of kth order statistic, joint distribution of all order statistics, joint distribution of two order statistics, distribution of range, and we will at the end take up one example on that. If we consider a random sample of size n from an infinite continuous population, and suppose the observations on these n random variables are say x1, x2 up to xn, then if we arrange these values in order according to their size or magnitude, then suppose out of this all xi's, whatever is smaller, suppose we call it as y1. So y1 is minimum among x1, x2, xn. We denote it by x suffix 1 in the bracket, enclosed in the bracket. So just writing x1 and writing x bracket 1, that is two different things. When we write x bracket 1, that means we denote order statistics. When we write just x1, it means is the first observation which has been collected, which need not necessarily be the minimum. But out of all n, whatever is minimum, if we want to denote that, we enclose it in the bracket, so it denotes the order statistic. So x1 will be called the smallest order statistic, or it is a minimum. Similarly, y2 is the second smallest value in the set of n observations, and we denote it by x suffix in the bracket 2, or we call it as y2, and so on. If we arrange all of them in the increasing order of their magnitude, then the maximum or the largest order statistic is x suffix in the bracket n. Now, while arranging these observations, if any two observations are equal, they can be considered, any one of them can be considered first and any one at the next order. So order does not matter when two values are same. Now we define as order statistic the function x suffix k of set of n random variables x1, x2, xn that takes on value x suffix k in the bracket. That means the kth largest observation in the all possible sequences of values assumed by this random variables x1, x2, xn. It is known as the kth order statistic, or it can be called as a statistic of order k. And this collection of the ordered values, it is called the set of order statistics x1, x2 up to xn. Now we have a theorem that if we have n-dimensional random variables x1, x2 up to xn, then any order statistic xk, where k takes value from 1 to up to n, it is also going to be a random variable. So in general, our order statistic is also a random variable, like our x1, x2, xn are the random variables. Now, why this consideration is important? Because the statistical considerations like sufficiency, completeness, etc., they lead to the consideration of order statistics in problems of statistical inference. In some statistical analysis, order statistics play an important role. For example, when we study non-parametric statistics, where many procedures are based on ranks of the observations rather than the actual observations, and in such methods the distribution of ordered observations is important rather than just a distribution of the underlying random variables. So in such cases, study of order statistics or the behavior of the order statistics, that is important, and that means in such situations it is important to study the probability distribution or probabilistic pattern of the order statistics. Now, distribution function of order statistic. So as we know that given a random variable, we may be interested in the two functions associated with the random variable. One is the probability density function, that is PDF, say small fx, and capital Fx, which is known as the corresponding distribution function, or it is also known as a cumulative distribution function, which we denote as CDF, right? So if I have a kth order statistic, then the distribution function of the kth order statistic I can denote by capital F of x suffix k, that is distribution function of the kth order statistic, say xk, or it is, we are denoting it as yk for a simplicity of notation, and that is for any k from 1 to n, that is any order statistics. You can define distribution function for any order statistic. So let us try to derive the distribution functions for the various order statistics. First of all, distribution function of the largest order statistics, say xn, that is yn, we denote it by fnx. So that means, as per the definition of fx, as per the definition of the distribution function fx, we denote it as probability that x is taking value less or equal to x. So in general, when we define the distribution function of the largest order statistics, that means instead of x, now I have my random variable xn. So if I say probability of xn less or equal to x, that means if the largest value is less than or equal to x, then obviously all other values of that sample are all going to be less than x. So that means probability xn less or equal to x is same as saying that probability that all xi's are smaller or equal to that x, that is for all I 1 to up to n. Now this event can be taken as intersection of the n events of the form the first observation, that is x1 less or equal to x, and that is intersection x2 less or equal to x, and so on. So intersection up to so on xn less or equal to x. So xn highest order statistic, if it is less than x, then obviously all observations are going to be smaller or equal to that x. Now as our xi's are the random observations, so they are all, we say that they are IID, identically independently distributed. So because of they are all independent, probability of their intersection will be the product of the individual probability. Okay, our basic fundamental probability law, multiplication theorem, which we say. So we have the product of n probabilities of the form probability x1 less or equal to x up to so on, probability xn less or equal to x. Now because of each xi, because of each our random variable is having the same distribution, as we just now said that they are identically distributed, so each one is going to have the same distribution function, say capital Fx. So it will be fx into fx into fx n number of times, and hence our distribution function of the largest order statistic will be capital Fx power n. Similarly, if we want to define the distribution function of the smallest order statistic, it is probability that x1, the minimum order statistic, is less or equal to x. That is same as 1 minus its complement, 1 minus probability x1 greater than x. Now if the smallest value is greater than x, obviously all other values in the sample are going to be greater than x. So it is 1 minus probability each xi is greater than x, and again taking the intersection and using the IID, using the fact that xi's are IID. So again, as we derived in the case of n distribution of maximum order statistic, similarly we have in the case of minimum order statistic. And now again each probability of xi greater than x form, again converting it to the less than form. So we have 1 minus fx for each of the n event, and so the distribution function of the minimum order statistic is going to be 1 minus fx the whole power n. So this is about the minimum and maximum order statistic. Now if I'm interested in general the distribution function of the kth order statistics, where k can be anything 1 to up to n, then it means it is probability that the kth ordered value is smaller or equal to x. Now this k can be anything, as I said that k can be 1 to up to any number from the n. So when I say probability of x of k less or equal to x, it is same as at least k of the n, out of the n observations xi's, at least k of them should be smaller or equal to x. And this probability, because when I say at least k means k or more than k, so I can write that probability in terms of summation, that k observations out of n are less or equal to x, or k plus 1 less than x, or k plus 2 number of observation, or possibly all n of them are less or equal to n, less or equal to x. So my summation varies from k to n. So I am writing summation j from k to n, probability that exactly j out of the n xi's are smaller or equal to x, and hence this distribution function for the kth order statistic we can denote it by using a binomial law, that any xi being less than x, probability of any xi being less than x, it's nothing but a distribution function capital F. So, and not the observation not being less than xi, so its probability is going to be 1 minus f of x. And now using the binomial distribution, that out of n, if j of them are less than xi, so I have ncj combinations, and being less than xi, any observation being less than x, my probability is capital Fx. So if j observations are less than x, then it is fx power j. So remaining n minus j are going to be greater than x, and so their probability is going to be 1 minus f of x. So 1 minus f of x power n minus j. So distribution function of the kth order statistics thus can be expressed as summation over j from k to n, ncj fx power j 1 minus fx power n minus j. Now we are interested in, having obtained the distribution functions, now we are interested in the density functions. So first of all, marginal distribution of the minimum order statistic. And as we know, in calculus we have a theorem, using a fundamental theorem of calculus, we have a result that if the distribution function is continuous, then the density can be obtained by differentiating the distribution function with respect to our random variable. So for a continuous random variable, PDF small fx can be obtained by differentiating the CDF capital Fx, that is d by dx of fx. So PDF of the minimum order statistics will be the derivative of its corresponding distribution function, and as you can see, it was 1 minus of fx power n, so its derivative will be given by this form. So we have the density function PDF of the minimum order statistic given by n into 1 minus f of x power n minus 1 into small f of x. Likewise, marginal distribution of the maximum order statistic, again it is similarly derived from its distribution function. So it is d by dx of distribution function of the largest order statistic fnx, and that is going to be n times f of x power n minus 1 into the density function small fx. Now to derive the probability density function of the kth order statistic, we first derive the joint distribution of all order statistics x1, x2 up to xn. So the transformation from the original random variables x1, x2, xn to the order statistics x1, x2, xn in order is not a one-to-one transformation, and in fact there are going to be n factorial possible combinations of x1, x2, xn, because out of the n, anyone can be the smallest, out of the remaining, anyone can be the next smallest, and so on. So we have n factorial possible permutations when we arrange this x1, x2, xn in the increasing order of their magnitude. So the n factorial inverses will be there in our transformation, and as you know, to transform a given variable you use the Jacobian of the transformation. Now in this case, because we are transforming n number of random variables, so our Jacobian of this transformation is going to be a determinant of an n cross n identity matrix with rows rearranged since each xi equals to only one of the x1, x2, xn, because only one can be at the ith order. So our Jacobian matrix here is going to be plus or minus 1, and when we take determinant of Jacobian, it is going to be 1. And the joint distribution of all n order statistics will be given by summation over all possible n factorial permutations of our observations when we want to arrange them in order. And because of again the observations being independent IID, so their joint density is basically product of the individual marginal densities. So it is product of f of xi and summation taken over all n factorial possible arrangements permutation. So our joint density of all n ordered observations is going to be n factorial f of x1, f of x2, f of xn in order, or as we have denoted our order values as y1, y2, yn. So we can, for simplicity, we can denote it by n factorial f of y1, f of y2 up to f of yn. So now having obtained the joint density of all n order statistic, now we can derive the marginal density of the kth order statistic. Again, that can be obtained by differentiating our distribution function. Okay. Now we have the form of the kth CDF of kth order statistic as we had discussed previously. Now to derive this, we are going to get an incomplete beta distribution if we go by the differentiation method. So we can use the alternative approach, that rather than, you can also go ahead with the derivative of this function fx, but where you have to integrate the incomplete beta density. So we can get the integration, we can get the differentiation in this form, and we may derive our density, or alternatively, if you do not want to go by that incomplete beta density form, then we have an alternative form, that since we have the density of all n order statistics, we can obtain the marginal density of the kth order statistic, that is fk of yk, that is n factorial f of yk into